Welcome to another episode of Booze and Ghouls. My name is Stan,
And I'm Colleen.
and I guess we should start off right off the bat and say we should apologize for not having a podcast from last week.
Yes.
It was pretty much Thanksgiving and personal lives got in the way, and we couldn't schedule a time to schedule anything.
And since we're still relatively new with this, we haven't necessarily built up a supply of extra videos yet.
Well, podcasts, not
Podcasts.
videos. We're not seeing anything, but I know what you mean.
I think they did too.
I know I had to be literal. That's my fault. So what we got on the docket today?
We're going to Savannah, Georgia.
Nice. And we actually have some listeners in Georgia too. So
It's actually why I came across it.
okay.
And what are you doing today?
I'm gonna do it. I guess it's a personal experience because I was there, but it's about our dog Hera.
Animals.
Yeah.
They tend to be pretty sensitive.
I mean, it's not a big, thing, but I mean, I figure I'll bring it up,
It happens.
Right. And then I'll do my ghost hunting tip of the day, or the week, not the day.
There you go.
So, what do you want to do? Do you want to start? Or?
Sure.
Okay.
Since that's
how we
done
usually
every
do
other-
it?
right.
Okay.
So Savannah, Georgia, the South.
Okay.
The Savannah is one of those cities that just looks gorgeous on the outside. Am I right?
Yes, I always wanted to go to Savannah. It's real. I heard it's like one of the haunted places in the United States.
I think a lot of places in the South are, but when you think about all of the crap
Yeah.
that happened in the South, and that will actually play into my story today.
And they also got like the plantations and stuff down there too.
Right. That
Yeah.
I'm talking slavery, wars.
Yeah, all that shit. Yeah.
All of which, like I said, we'll come into it today.
Okay.
But people say that the second they hit the cobblestone, you just feel that the ground has definitely seen some shit.
Yeah. I could see that.
Charming, it's historic, and it's absolutely the kind of place where your Uber driver would usually casually point at a building and say, yeah, that's where a dentist used to store body parts in the walls.
A dentist? What?
No one even blinks.
A dentist?
Yes. And sitting right in the center of all that gentle, ghost-soaked Southern hospitality is the Marshall House.
I don't think I've ever heard of the Marshall House.
A hotel so notoriously haunted that even people who don't believe in ghosts refuse to stay on the 4th floor.
Well, I haven't heard this story yet, but I would stay there. Maybe. I haven't heard it yet, though, so ask me after you're done.
But before we get too deep, you know what time it is.
Yes, I do.
The Boozy Aside.
What kind of drink we got today?
It's the Surgeon General's warning. Keep your limbs.
Keep your limbs?
If I were a soldier in the 1860s and walked into a hospital and saw the doctor sharpening a bone saw like he was prepping for a barbecue demonstration, I'd probably turn around and swan dive into the nearest swamp. But since we're just talking about the Marshall House's history and not actually reenacting it, I've mixed us a drink that gives big Civil War medical tent energy without actually requiring anesthesia.
Okay.
You know this show is big into dark humor, and if you don't know by yet, I seriously hope you will go back to the beginning before you hear this. The drink I'm going to call the amputee.
Oh, God.
take 2 ounces of rye whiskey, because if anything's going to take the edge off losing a limb, it's whiskey. 1 ounce of lemon juice, 1 ounce of honey syrup. Shake it violently like a ghost rattling a doorknob, and pour it into the nearest glass. Now you could garnish it with a sprig of rosemary for the illusion of herbal medicinal competence. Now that we're slightly buzzed and fully aware of the poor medical decisions made in the 1800s, let's check in to the Marshall House. The Marshall House opened in 1851, built by Mary Marshall, a woman who truly said, "You know what this city with a reputation for fires and epidemics needs? A hotel with gorgeous ironwork balconies." To her credit, the place looked amazing. Still does. But within a few years of opening, the building would become less a glamorous inn and more Savannah's least relaxing medical facility. In 1864, General William T. Sherman's troops marched into Savannah. The Union Army took over the Marshall House and converted it into a hospital because the building was huge, solidly built, and conveniently located for soldiers to bleed on. It served as a winter hospital, full of frostbite, dysentery. Bring it back to the Oregon Trail. I always died from dysentery.
I never made it. I think the most I ever did on the Oregon Trail was maybe day 3.
I don't even know. I just know I usually succumb to dysentery.
Yeah, I didn't. I never got far on that game.
They also had gangrene and anything else you really don't want on your vacation.
On your vacation? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, like if you were to go there now.
Why the fuck would you want gangrene on your vacation?
That's what I'm saying.
How is it? Go on.
Decades later, during renovations in the 1990s, construction workers discovered something absolutely normal and not at all horrifying under the floorboards.
Oh, I wonder what this was. What, an arm?
Human bones.
Oh, even better.
Lots of them. Mostly amputated limbs.
So they would just take them off and put them in the floor?
Because nothing says romantic boutique hotel weekend like knowing the hardwood floors used to double as medical waste storage.
Wait a minute. Flag on the play. Yeah, flag on the play. So they would take the arms or legs or whatever the hell and put it in the floor. Do you imagine the smell that had to been in that place? I mean, seriously. Who does that?
Flag on the play. In the 1800s,
I can understand. Well,
apparently the army.
But I can understand maybe having a pile. Having a pile up outside and burning it or something.
Where do you think the dead bodies went, sweetheart?
Why didn't the limbs follow? I don't understand.
Because it was all full with dead bodies. When you consider what medicine was in the 1800s, they were flying by the seat of their pants.
I understand that, but I don't understand the limbs in the floor. I just don't get that.
So historians did confirm that the limbs dated back to the Civil War hospital era. No murder mystery.
Oh, I figured that.
Just the extremely casual 19th century practice of chucking limbs wherever convenient. Recycling wasn't a thing yet, huh?
No wood chippers either, I guess. Huh?
Right?
No Fargo.
Now, if the Civil War hospital wasn't enough, the Marshall House also served as a medical ward during 2 yellow fever outbreaks, one in 1854 and one in 1876. Yellow fever you do know what yellow fever is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Yellow fever is from mosquitoes.
Yes, I know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yellow fever gave Savannah a level of population anxiety that modern true crime documentaries can only dream of. Entire families were wiped out, streets converted into emergency morgues.
Okay. Were there bodies in the streets too?
Yes,
Oh.
streets.
Oh, that's why you said more.
Streets.
That's why you said more. Never mind.
And hospitals.
Let's just throw it in the floor, throw it in the street. Fuck it. Let's just use some cabinet. Throw them in there. Instead of having a teacup, let's grab an arm.
Or on the floor.
Yeah.
Hospitals were overwhelmed to the point of improvising rooms, beds, whatever it took.
Whole new meaning of, hey, let's give a hand.
The Marshall House was one of those improvised hospitals, and hundreds of people died within its walls, children included. Now, I want to make sure that people understand we're respectful about the real death here.
Yes.
It's the haunting activity tied to this period. That's where we get weird. The building closed and reopened multiple times over the years due to hurricanes, damage, and structural issues. Again, 1800s, they didn't have the standards that they do now.
Right.
Every time someone tried to urinate...
To urinate? Oh, we're keeping this one in here.
Every time somebody tried to renovate... They ran into everything from unexplained cold spots, children's shoe prints and dust where no children were present, water turning on by itself, phantom footsteps circling them on empty floors, and the classic, tools disappearing.
Oh.
Savannah restoration crews are used to haunted nonsense, but the Marshall House still made them uncomfortable enough that several actually refused to come back. Strong praise from people who spend their careers inside buildings filled with the ghosts of pirates, soldiers, and people who invented pralines. Those pralines, I don't know. The Marshall House's child spirits are infamous. Guests report tiny hands shaking the bed, a child laughing in their ear.
Child spirits are probably the most creepiest type of spirits to me.
See, but I think I would, first of all, I find most of the time children's spirits are just playful.
Well, yeah, they're playful, but they also, I'm not saying, I guess creepy's the wrong word. It's just, it's kind of sad.
It's sad,
yeah,
thinking about a child.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I would probably engage with a childlike spirit.
All right, but you have to be careful, though.
Yeah.
Because sometimes...
it could be somebody impersonating
a
child.
Yeah. I mean, in this case, I don't think so.
Right.
But, yeah, it could happen.
The tiny hands shaking their bed. I'm thinking about tiny hands, and I'm thinking of that one TikTok, YouTube creator, Call Me Chris.
I don't know if I know that one.
She's Selena's BFF. Selena's the girl that laughs.
Oh, okay.
Like a seal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But she does
those corny jokes.
Right.
Okay.
So Call Me Chris, when she does her enactments of a child, she's got some little like doll hand that she uses.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
I don't know why, but that's what I think of every time I think of tiny hands.
Jen's hand.
So they feel the tiny hands shaking their bed, a child laughing in their ear, pressure as if someone is climbing up into the bed.
Oh, well, like a little kid?
Right.
Okay.
Toy-like tapping on walls, faucets turning on full blast in the middle of the night, a small tug on the blankets. and the sound of kids running up and down the hall.
So it's pretty much playful mischief.
Right. Multiple guests have reported also waking up because somebody gently patted them on the face. There's no child there. There's no housekeeper there. Just a ghost kid living their best afterlife, you know?
Right.
And look, I love children. But if a ghost child tried to touch my face, I'd probably be peeling out of there.
Right.
I'll play with you. Just don't touch me.
I'll play with you. Just don't touch me.
Several rooms have a recurring phenomenon. Guests hear metallic clinking and scraping inside the walls.
That doesn't sound good.
Ghostly surgical equipment is what it's being attributed to. People also report intense nausea upon entering certain rooms, feeling someone leaning over the bed like they're a nurse checking vitals.
Okay.
A hand brushing their forehead, which I'm assuming that was how they were checking for fevers back then.
Yeah.
And a faint voice just saying,
"Oh, that doesn't make you want to piss your pants."
Nausea and cold waves happen so reliably in certain rooms that staff privately refer to them as the doctor zones.
The doctor zones.
Right? Civil War soldiers at the Marshall House are some of the most commonly seen full apparitions. Guests have seen a man in a blue Union uniform, say that 10 times fast, at the end of the bed, a soldier limping across the hallway, men carrying stretchers down the corridor, and a soldier yelling, "Get back," before disappearing.
Maybe he's warning you
I'd
about
probably
something.
be getting out.
I mean,
instead of back.
it could be warning you about something.
This
Yeah,
is
who
true.
knows? Or it could be yeah, the word I'm looking for. Or the one that's recurring.
Residual.
There we go. It could be that too.
Where they're just reliving that moment.
Right. I mean, if that's what it's always saying in the same spot,
right.
It might not even know you're there. It just, this.
Ghosts be ghosting.
Yeah, pretty much.
One couple staying on the 4th floor said a soldier walked right through their bathroom door and disappeared into the wall.
Okay.
A well-known ghost at the hotel is a woman dressed in an old-fashioned gray gown. She's calm, quiet, polite. Guests say she walks the halls like she still works there, checking rooms, smoothing blankets, making sure you folded that towel correctly so she doesn't judge you. People most often encounter her near the elevators, where she appears briefly and then fades. A staff member once followed what she thought was a lost guest into an empty hallway, only to have the woman vanish at the end of it. Isn't that like, what's that one hotel with the shining?
Oh, Stanley Hotel.
Mm-hmm. See what I did there?
Yeah, see what you did there.
Guests repeatedly report smelling cigar smoke, specifically in rooms where smoking has never been allowed. That one I'm kind of iffy on, just because of the fact of, just because you say that smoking's not available in that room does not necessarily mean that people don't.
Right.
Not to mention, especially back then, the venting system would all have been the same for the smoking and the non-smoking rooms.
Like, is it original or has it been remodeled, or do you know?
Yes, it's been remodeled a ton.
Did you say that?
Over the years?
Yeah,
I did.
I did.
But that's okay.
Shows how much I pay attention to that. But
I'm the wife. You're not supposed to pay attention.
right, that's my job. Because I was wondering if it was like original wood flooring or original.
Well, I think we
Because-
also established that at least up until the 1990s,
Yeah.
it was the same floor, because otherwise they wouldn't have been finding Civil War
Well,
limbs
what I'm
under the floor.
okay, so what I'm trying to get at is doesn't I don't know
It
wood floor,
can
but
it
doesn't
can
smoke
soak
kind
up
of
into
soak
the wood.
into the wood? Okay,
Depending on how porous it is.
okay. That's what
And
I was
I'm
trying to get at.
thinking back then that it was probably pretty porous.
Well, like you said, it wasn't a very good ventilation back then either.
Either,
So it
right.
probably soaked up into the wood. But I don't know now because it might not be the same floor anymore. So.
Right. And while I refuse to be afraid of a ghost smoking a cigar, if I'm smelling that when I'm brushing my teeth at 1 a.m., it would probably at least catch me off guard.
Yeah. Or flowery stuff, because that happened to me. That happened to me a couple of nights ago when I was getting ready for.
To me all the time.
When I was getting ready for work, at 1:30, all of a sudden I smell perfume. I'm like, the fuck is that?
But I do have to say, and remember also the toilet paper that we
Yeah, I know. I
have.
keep on getting the goddamn scented toilet paper.
He gets all excited about the price and then brings it home.
Now we know why, because scented fucking toilet paper.
Okay, so Savannah's haunting history does overlap heavily with my favorite kind of history.
Okay.
True crime.
Oh, there we go.
While
you could do this 24/7, 7 days a week. This shit.
A podcast.
Well,
anything to do with.
I mean, I literally worry for my life because you could kill me slowly and watch me and.
That's just to keep you on your toes.
Oh, well, it's on my toes.
Mind your P's and Q's. You won't have these problems. But while the hotel's not necessarily a murder hotspot, it's adjacent to tragedy resume that's impressive. Civil War medical tents weren't crime scenes, but some of the treatment decisions probably borderline criminal.
Okay.
Patients were often operated on with minimal to no anesthesia, including for amputations.
Oh, God. I don't know how that...
They were done fast, by necessity, and in bulk. Limbs piled up, infection was everywhere.
I'm sure. I mean, because there's no way it was clean.
No one meant it to be harmful, but the horror was real. During outbreaks, Savannah was so overwhelmed that bodies just were sometimes buried quickly and informally to prevent the spread of the infections.
Yeah, I could get that.
Some of the child spirits reportedly likely tie directly to the epidemics. Many rooms in the hotel housed families separated from the sick. So some didn't even survive the night because, again, like we were talking about, anything that's airborne would have gone right through the ventilation systems.
Right.
So even though they were being kept separate, it didn't necessarily mean safety precautions were taken. And actually, Savannah's biggest true crime element is just the city's own mortality rate. In the 1800s, living in Savannah was like daring every disease to fight you at once. The Marshall House was just one of those rare locations where the haunting stories actually line up with the historical records. The amputated limbs are real. The Civil War hospital was documented. The yellow fever epidemics were verified. The creepy children are witnessed by enough people that I bet even the ghosts are tired of being asked about it. Savannah will always be haunted. The Marshall House just happens to be one of the few places where the ghosts seem unusually active.
Hmm.
So that's the story of the Marshall House.
I want to go. I really do.
Is this before or after we go to swim with penguins, though?
Yeah. I always wanted to go to Savannah, though.
Georgia in general.
Yeah. I mean, we've been in Georgia, but I've never been to Savannah.
I have.
You've been in Georgia. You were with me in Georgia.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
To go from where we lived in Tennessee to another hospital in Tennessee, we had to drive in Georgia.
Yeah. We were in Georgia for like 10 minutes, and then you're back in Tennessee because it's a little dip. It's just a little dip right there. Yeah. And if anyone that knows that's from that area would know exactly what we were talking about. So I guess it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
So, like I said, it's not really a big deal. And then when we do get our website, because we haven't hit the amount that we want to hit yet to do that. When we were living before we moved down south for a little bit,
correct,
we lived in a house. My stepdad's house, and then when he passed, that's when we moved to Tennessee and all that. But that's a whole. But anyways, when we were living there, our dog Hera, and this was at, let's see, I got the pictures of it. It was actually on the 4th of July, huh? It was 4th of July 2020, and it happened at 4:04 in the morning.
That's a whole lot of force.
Yeah. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Whole lot of force.
So what happened was, I was waking. I was sleeping, and you were sleeping, but you were out. I was hearing growling. Now, Hera never growls. Never. She's never. Never. She never does.
Nope.
She has a little sister that annoys the living hell out of her, and she
doesn't
never
even growl at her.
No, she doesn't. But anyways, she was growling, and she was just. She was looking right at her. I had a walk-in closet, so we would leave the light on a little bit so we could, it's not super dark in that room, if you remember right.
I do.
So we had the closet open like a little bit, bigger than a crack, but not that wide. She was staring at that closet and growling, and she was there for a while, and I was like, Kira, I was calling her. She didn't even know I was in the room, basically. And then she sat down with her head tilted, just looking like she was
confused about something.
Yeah, and honestly, if you look in this picture,
I have not seen these pictures before, by the way.
It looks like, I don't know, I could be really overlooking it, but it looks like a little bit of a shadow in there somewhere. Or is it me?
No, I think it was the stuff.
Okay.
Are those bins?
Well, those are bins because we were moving. That was the month before we were moving. Go the other way. So she's staring. And then all of a sudden she sits down. Yeah. And then, yeah.
The parade.
But yeah, then she was there for at least 5 or 6 minutes, and then all of a sudden, she stepped out of it.
And that was the only time she'd ever done that.
She never did ever, as far as I know.
Right.
But after that, she's never done that either.
And the only other thing that they say water can be a magnet or an energy
flow. Well, because
because
on the other side was our pipes for the bathroom.
I was just gonna say,
but
because there was a little access square.
That's stretching it. I'm not saying that was paranormal. I don't know what that was. The only evidence I have is the pictures of her doing it.
The only other thing it could have been was something that we never had issues with in that house.
Right.
Which would have been critters.
Right. No, but we
never had issues like that.
That wasn't like she was after a mouse or something.
No, because she's a terrier,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
The first time she ever saw a mouse, she got scared, and then she went looking for it specifically.
Right.
So she would not have.
No. No. That, like I said, I'm not saying that was paranormal, but
No.
that is strange. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and it lasted for about 5 or 6 minutes, and then she snapped out of it, and nothing. It was like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that was.
I don't know either.
So that's my little thing I wanted to bring up.
That's my little thing.
Yeah, that's just my little thing I wanted to bring up. It just because I was looking at old pictures, and I noticed it. I'm like, oh, I completely forgot about that. But now that I think about it, that was weird.
Yeah.
You know. So I was like, yeah, I'll bring it up on the podcast. Like I said, I can't say it was paranormal. I didn't see anything. I thought I saw a shadow, but now that I looked at it again, like you said, it was just the stuff in the closet.
Right.
So
well, the light shining.
right.
And stuff.
So I'm not even gonna say it was. I don't have physical
Proof.
evidence of it being anything, but
sorry, and that's just the point of view that we always take encounters from is almost like a skeptic. We are going to go out of our way to disprove it before we believe it.
honestly, I'd rather disprove it than
I agree.
you know. But sometimes you can't disprove
No.
something. Like I can't disprove that she was staring into.
That's one
a
of those
closet.
in betweens. You can't prove, you can't disprove.
Right. So you don't know. It's like one of those things you just pretty much look at the picture and use your imagination. I
Right.
guess. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's all you can really do. So it brings me to my next segment of my little ghost hunting tips of the week. We talked about how you always treat it with respect, no matter what it is. You always get the history of the place and make sure that you know what you're doing if you need extra help in case it's something demonic. Um, we also talked about never do it alone. Always be with somebody. And always make sure that you cleanse yourself after you're done. I think that's what we talked about so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
My next thing is and also get permission to the place that you're doing. Never
yes.
trespass. Never trespass always get permission. So just say you have the permission, you have the date that you're gonna do it, you got, the person that lives there or that's in charge of the place in case it's like uh, not a store but like I don't know, hotel, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They know and everything. I always say go to that place during the day. See the layout, how it is during the day. Because honestly, sometimes you'll be able to get evidence during the day.
Right.
Sometimes it doesn't matter if it's at night or it does. You know what I mean? It's not like they have a time clock. Like,
No.
oh, it's dark. I'm gonna come out now.
Right.
It could happen during the day.
You think about residual hunts.
Mm-hmm.
That can happen at whatever time of day. That moment.
Well, yeah, that's a good example because they don't know if it's day, night. All they do are they're reliving their part of their life
over
again. But it's only a certain time, certain thing that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason. I guess there's a reason for it. I don't know the reason. I never, read about the reason.
Residuals.
But yeah, there's a reason why they do. But I mean, it could be any time. And also, you just want to get the layout of the place. You want to know where things are, so you're not tripping over shit when it's dark.
So there's practical reasons for it too.
Right. I mean, you're gonna have a flashlight or something, but there may not be a chair there that you, you know. And also, I don't know if I said this before. Do not drink. Do not do anything.
Oh gosh, no.
You gotta
don't be under the influence of anything.
Right. You have to have a clear mind. I mean, that's the most important thing I gotta stress. You need to have a clear mind.
you want your results to not be based off of anything except your experiences.
Right, you don't want tainted results.
Now, if you're not looking to do this for the right reasons, it should always be to either just be able to prove the situation that's going on, or in some cases, it's to get rid of things in the house. Either of those instances.
Well, if you're trying to get rid of something,
out
of a house, I don't recommend if you're just not just, but if you're a ghost hunter, but you don't know much about how to get things out of the house, don't try. Have a professional help you with that.
Well, that's why you do an in-depth history.
Well, that's why you do the history.
So
you know what you're doing.
You know
what you're trying to go
bring
against.
Somebody with
right.
You.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you're doing a history of the place that you're going to be ghost hunting at is very key, so you know what you're going against.
Right.
If it's for example, if it's a house you go to and once in a while you hear footsteps or things are sometimes rearranged or something's missing, but then you find it in another spot again, most likely that's probably a ghost.
Right.
But if your water is running, you're hearing pounding on the walls, you're hearing like growling,
and you don't have a dog.
If you don't have a dog, and be like Ghostbusters. Okay, who brought the dog? But no, if you're hearing stuff like that, it's
if things are being thrown at your head.
Yeah, if it's out to
if all drawers and cabinets are opening at the exact same time.
Yes, stuff like that. Then you're not dealing with a ghost. You're dealing with something stronger, and you need a professional to help you. That's all I can really say. Because when I'm doing places, the first thing I ask, what's the history of the place? What's going on? What do I need to do? And who do I need to ask to come with me?
Right.
So that's one thing I haven't done for a while.
Is
I haven't ghost hunted in a while.
We gotta see if there's some.
There's a place that's might be coming up for me. So that I did once before. Actually,
the house.
The house. Because I guess there's activity happening again. It's getting a little bit stronger. So
wait, did it stop for a while?
Apparently it did, but now it's back. Yeah.
And it's stronger.
Yeah. So Well, anyways, I'll talk about that once it happens. So, is there anything else that's going on?
Not from me.
Not from you? No. So, we will be back, and we will be more weekly. Like I say, I apologize for taking that
we will be more
that week off. We'll be more consistent. This is our 8th episode. So it's pretty much been a learning process for us. I think now we're starting to get down. Before, when we first started, we didn't have the equipment. Now we do. We didn't really have a schedule. Now we sort of do. Now that we're working on more episodes a week, we have a little bit. So if to say we can't make a schedule, we'll have one in our pocket that we can put out that we haven't put out yet.
Right.
So that's what we're working on now. We're trying to get more professional on this, I guess, than we were. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to really say for this time around. Okay. So what we're gonna do until next time?
Stay boozy, stay ghouly,
and keep your eyes and ears open because you never know what's around that corner. Until next time.